A very warm welcome back to the Isle of Man for the Netball Europe Open Challenge event 2019 here at the National Sports Centre in Douglas. We've seen some amazing netball so far, and we're going to see lots more from our 7 competing nations this weekend. Our 5 regional teams host Isle of Man, Gibraltar, Republic of Ireland, Emirates and Israel, plus our 2 invitational teams, both at Netball Europe for the very first time, Cayman Islands and the UK Armed Forces. We saw the UK Armed Forces take on Gibraltar this morning with a 34-31 win for them. And Cayman Islands versus Republic of Ireland saw the Republic of Ireland win 55-39. Later on today, we have for you at 3 o'clock Gibraltar versus the Cayman Islands, 5 o'clock Republic of Ireland versus the UK Armed Forces, and at 7 o'clock the Isle of Man versus Israel. But right now we have for you Israel versus Emirates. I'm Natalie Pepperell. I'm delighted to be joined for the game today in the commentary box by Rhian Evans. Rhian is an Isle of Man player, currently injured, so not playing today, but played against these 2 last year.
Yes, Emirates were a very strong team. I think we're going to expect a lot of tight defence from them, and Israel was such a positive team to play against. No matter what happens, their heads constantly stayed high.
So in the last games, Israel lost to the Emirates netball in the last tournament.
They did. It was quite a heavy loss, but as I said before, they kept their heads high and they kept on persevering, and they showed some great shooting in their circle.
Fabulous. So starting lineups for you today. For Israel, goal shooter Naomi Komar, goal attack Karen Gordon, wing attack Michael Lieberman, centre Tal Segev, wing defence Titzel Kupchik, goal defence Ayelet Glick, goalkeeper Ma-Ayan Lang. Then on the bench, Tikva Clements, Tali Kerr, Tracy Powen and Batya Chelet. Coach is Shan Berman, manager Robin Ginseng and primary carer Catherine Maman. For Emirates we have goal shooter Leslie Kirkby, goal attack Zoe Stakely, wing attack Deanne Williams, centre Carly Lewis, wing defence Rachel Tuckey, goal defence Gillian Porter, goalkeeper Victoria Soul. Subs, Sarah Donovan, Amy Marshall, Leandra Van Heerden, Eleanor Wright and Simone Jacobi. Coaches Olivia Mason, manager Suzanne Skelding, assistant coach Deb Jones and primary carer Jack Ellie. Our umpires for you today in this game are Rhiannon Edwards and Chris Obin, and the reserve umpire is Joe Lilly. So we just see them now ready to take that centre pass to the centre. Just a slight delay to make sure we are on time. Very skilled umpires we have in these games.
I think they're just building up suspense.
They're making me talk fast through my starting 7 and then they're pausing.
When you said Rhiannon Edwards, I thought you were going to say my name. I was like, oh God, where am I supposed to be?
Radio presenter and umpire and netball player. Can you not do all 3?
Well, I'm good at spinning plates.
Emirates with the first centre pass. Oh, fabulous pocket ball.
Good defence by Israel.
Both will be slightly nervous to try and get these first goals in, so it's good of Israel to have turned that first one by pressure.
Absolutely, that'll be a good confidence booster. And this is both their first game of the tournament, isn't it?
Yeah, so maybe a little bit of nerves to start off with.
Yeah.
Don't forget, if you want to get in touch with us today, we would love to hear from you. Hashtag NEOpen on Twitter. Tell us your thoughts, who you're cheering on.
Good take.
Both these teams are playing for ranking points. Israel currently ranked 35th. Emirates at the moment aren't ranked, but this competition should see them with enough games to hit the world rankings. So they'll all be fighting to come out with the best rankings they can.
Absolutely. Same for the Isle of Man as well. We're going to be getting our rankings this tournament. So us and UAE Emirates are in the same boat, which is nice.
Beautiful feed in, finding Leslie Kirkby again, and that takes them to a 1-goal lead.
Yeah. Oh, great ball, great space by the goal shooter.
Yeah, Naomi Komar takes it to 3-2 to 2-all. The scoreboard is not saying what the score is. Sorry about that, but it's 2-all.
Is Naomi the Israel captain? I think she is. She was really good at leading the team last year and has excellent dance moves as well.
Yeah, I think I remember her dance moves. A real positive player, wasn't she?
Yeah, massively. Just a wayward pass there. Good pressure. It's great seeing the attacking positions defend. It's great seeing the attacking positions defend so vigorously. I mean, it's important that every player is a defender, and it's good to see, like the goal attack got an intercept just before. It's good to see people take that seriously. Good shot.
So confident, isn't she?
Yeah.
Quite a short goal shooter, really.
Exactly, yeah.
Both teams having come out firing.
Oh, great touch.
Zoe Stapley at goal attack needs to make sure she meets the ball. And we saw Zoe Stapley at the under-17s event this year, so
brilliant.
A very young player.
Nice, good movement.
Good rebound position there for the goalkeeper, Victoria Sol.
Emirates came third in last year's Netball Europe competition, so I feel like they'll come out with a fire in their belly for this this time round. I think they really want to go for the win. I mean, everyone wants to go for the win, but I think they're going to come out fighting in every game.
And it was third due to goal difference, wasn't it? So second, third and fourth place all on the same points.
Yeah, very
so
tight.
Unlucky miss there from Karen Gordon, gives Emirates back possession of the ball.
Good speed coming down the court.
And they're really nice flat passes, aren't they? Nice confident shot from the 17-year-old.
Good pressure by Israel there.
Just caught a little bit of hand coming through. It's good that she's taking her feet around the front there, but Naomi Komar doesn't miss.
She scores. She's very confident, like you say. She's quite a small shooter, so it's massively important that you just have a little bit of swagger in the circle. Good rebound.
We had Shan on, the coach for Israel. First thing this morning, she was saying that it's the the Israel Independence Day today for 71 years.
Oh, wow. Oh, good intercept.
Court standing that time, got to meet the ball, haven't you?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, if you're stood still for a pass, great ball in. Yeah, if you're standing still for a pass, the defenders will just prey on that immediately.
We have Liron Gordon messaging us on Twitter, supporting from Israel on Israel's Independence Day. Let's go, Karen Gordon. I'm assuming a relation. Or just has the same surname. Got people watching from all over the world today.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
If you are watching, do feel free to get in touch with us. Oh, beautiful pass.
Lovely, yeah.
And Emirates work that back line, don't they, really well in that shooting circle.
Yeah. Create space really nicely.
So we currently have Emirates leading 7-4. Good pressure from the goal attack and wing attack on the line.
Absolutely. Lovely shot.
She's everywhere, isn't she? Picks up loose balls, gets front ball.
Yeah.
Good arms there. Just unfortunately a little bit too close, but well read. It's quite a low release point from the Emirates wing attack. Deanne Williams.
It's good watching both teams. They both look really energetic considering how far they've travelled to come here, which makes me feel really bad about our weather. Sorry.
Oh, beautiful ball
Lovely
straight
pass
through the middle.
Good pick up. Oh, unlucky.
Kept it in, but unfortunately a stepping call gives Emirates the ball back.
A lot of communication coming down court, which is really nice to hear. Oh, yes.
It's round the rim and drops in. It's before the whistle.
Yeah. Unlucky.
Time held. Umpires have been good at that today, making sure we're playing all 60 minutes of the game.
Yeah, absolutely, and just being clear with their instructions as well. It's very important. Oh, great intercept.
And the pressure, that it's the defensive pressure, isn't it?
Massively.
The wing attack and the goal attack are defending really hard through the court. Deanne Williams and Zoe Stapley, and that's really hard, isn't it, as a team that you're playing against, if you're used to your defence bringing the ball through.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think even if you go for a pass and you don't get the intercept, you're immediately putting doubt into the attackers' heads.
Nice shot there from Zoe Stapley, not going to miss on the second attempt. We have a 5-goal gap emerging.
Unlucky.
Goalkeeper there for Emirates doing a really good job. They were trying to set a screen. She just kept her feet moving, didn't she?
Yeah. Still quite a little bit frantic in this first quarter, I feel. And she creates space very well.
And you've got to play these. Well, not you in particular, unfortunately, but your team have to play both of these teams coming up.
Yes. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think the Israel team were great to play against last year. They were a lovely team. Emirates that was great in set. Unlucky. Emirates, we had to work hard for in that game. They were tight on defence and quite fast in attack. Both of us, I feel, are quite speedy teams. So the pace was quite quick. So then it was just about seeing who could sort of stay settled. But it was a great game. Great ball, well held.
A long ball into a holding shooter. That's one of the smallest shooters I've seen. That's pinpoint accuracy, isn't it?
I think They just need to, on either team, just grab the ball and just take a breath and just hold it for the second rather than passing it off straight away.
Oh,
Nice pass.
beautiful.
Love a cheeky little pass in the circle.
They're take turning really well, aren't they? So they're landing them with the ball, making sure as soon as they've got the ball, Emirates, they're turning towards the post.
Yeah.
All the way through the court.
Just makes everything a lot easier, like the transition of play. They haven't, Donovan's on the bench at the moment. I remember she was shooting when we played against them last year, and she was just getting them in from anywhere. You know, she was brilliant.
Ball off the back line, that's that rushing, everything that you were talking about before, isn't it? So first, second balls are great, but occasionally you want to mix it up and hold on to it and do a 3-second one, yeah?
Yeah, I think maybe in the first quarter, when you're just getting used to the court, getting used to who you're playing against, first game of the tournament, you know, sometimes it's not a bad thing to just sort of calm it for that first section of the game, and then you can pick up the pace once you're into it.
Nice entry there by Zoe Stapley. Great feed by Deanna Williams.
And a lovely shot to finish.
Israel will want to start taking some of these to goal.
Yeah.
Otherwise they're going to give themselves a really difficult job to get back into it.
15-6 at the moment with just under 2 minutes to go. Nice shot.
Opt in to go top. Great cut back to post. (16-7) to Emirates at the moment. And again, that defensive pressure from the back.
Yeah, massively.
Oh, just the arms.
It is, yeah. I mean, Israel, the Isle of Man isn't a tall team, and Israel isn't really a very tall team. So I think when you're playing against Emirates, who have an amazing reach in their arms defensively, sometimes you've got to look at different options, maybe a bounce pass, which if you need to do it in the centre court, it's a bit unconventional, but if you need to do it to get round their arms, pass to the side or do a bounce.
That's nice, isn't it? When attack, give and go, but then just that overcooked feed at the end.
Yeah. Sometimes you can get a little bit excited if same if you get an intercept. If you have a really good passage of play or you get a really good intercept, because you're so like pumped up by it, sometimes it's easy to just throw the next pass away.
The same pressure the other side. And
Just
here
need to
calls
launch
for
it
Cecil.
in the last 3 seconds. Get it. Oh.
So first quarter, 7-16, Emirates lead. If you are the coach of Israel at the moment, what would you be saying to your team at quarter time?
I'd be saying slow it down a little bit. Just you're playing well and you're working hard, and they do drive forward onto the ball, and like I said, considering they're quite a small team, they do cut in front of the player really nicely. It's just about keeping their head and keeping calm when they do have a nice passage of play, so that each pass is safe. Just safe passes. It's all basic. Like some of the basic rules are the best ones to live by. Just safe passes.
And is it going too fast, passing too fast, or are the options there too early? It's a tricky one, isn't it?
It is a tricky one. Could be a bit of both. I think some of the passes have been too fast, but I'll watch in the second quarter to see if people's movement is a little bit mistimed.
So we've got some replays for you just whilst we're having a chat. What about if you were Emirates though, do you think the coaches will be pleased with how they've started?
Yeah, I think Emirates are starting strong, and their defence is, all of them are defending incredibly hard. I think all of them just want to get as many intercepts as possible, which is ace. Again, similar to the Israel team, there's been a lot of thrown away balls and unnecessary, unforced errors. So they're probably just keep your heads, that's the first quarter over and done with, so we can settle now and just take a bit more time with stuff.
Some messages coming through on Facebook. Angela Petricola, apologies if I said that wrong. Come on at Emirates. Hannah Willis is saying, hey back.
Hey.
Oh, she's sitting in the hospital waiting to have a baby, watching the netball.
That is good dedication.
Good job, Hannah. Good luck with the baby, but I'm glad to see that you've got your priorities right and that you're watching netball.
Absolutely. If it's a baby girl, I hope she plays netball.
Yeah, definitely. Eitan Berman says, let's go Israel. Lynn McMurray shooting Zoe Stapley, and then a love heart. Obviously very impressed with Zoe Stapley. Lots of Emirates supporters. Penny Ashcroft, go Emirates, great start. Kami Kaplinsky, Israel Netball, so proud of you. Keep up with the good work, make us proud. Any more comments, feel free to get in touch. Hashtag NEOpen on Twitter. If you comment on the Facebook thread, we'll try and read that out as well. So, stick or twist going into next quarter. Would you stay with the teams? Would you mix it up?
I would stay with the teams now, and yeah, I would stay with the teams for the second quarter, and then if I was going to make changes, I would probably do it at half time, just so the players have got a bit more of an opportunity to get into it, because despite travelling a long way and being tired, you've got the nerves of the tournament, so all that contributes to some unforced errors. So
absolutely. And interestingly, in the last game, Nordia, who was commentating with me, said that she would stick and the Cayman Islands stuck, and then they came back, didn't they?
Yeah.
To within 2.
That was a great second quarter actually for the Cayman Islands. Came back really, really strong. They just got a few key intercepts, and then that sort of just set them off, and then it was brilliant. I think Ireland are very, very good at just, you can see their experience in their play. They're so calm throughout the whole game, and even when a team sort of closes in on them, they just sort of keep their heads and just keep persevering, steady, calm and steady, calm and steady.
Here we're saying there's some very experienced players in that side, and some very experienced players in this side as well. I mean, some faces that you've seen before. Obviously you played last year, so played against some of them.
Yeah, I remember doing some homework before we played in the tournament, and I remember watching the Israel games, and I saw the Israel shooter, the Israel captain, Komar, and then we went out for a meal at the end of the tournament, and I saw her and I went over and I was like, it was like seeing a celebrity, because I'd watched you play so much on YouTube.
Big fans of Naomi Komar.
I think Carly Lewis, the Emirates centre, has a lot of experience. I'm sure she used to play for Celtic Dragons, the Super League team.
She did, yes, you're right. Very experienced.
Yeah.
So a few changes to bring you up to date. For Israel, Batya Chelet comes on at wing attack, Tracy Pullman comes on at centre, and Tikva Clements comes on at wing defence. So Mikhail Lieberman, Tal Silgav and Sitzlil Kupchik going to the bench. For Emirates Netball, Sarah Donovan comes on at goal shooter. Leslie Kirkby has gone to goalkeeper, so multi-talented at both ends of the court. Victoria Sol, who was on at goalkeeper, finds herself moving to goal defence.
Both teams already looking a little more calm. Working the ball around really nicely. Unlucky. So here, that's it. Yeah, so I think they're actually holding back a little bit too long. I think Israel need to start their movement towards the ball a fraction of a second earlier. So they're just getting a bit stuck, and as soon as they start doing long passes, Emirates are just going to pick those out of the air. So they really do need to drive forward as much as possible.
Good patience by Emirates.
Very good, yeah. They worked the ball around the attacking circle really nicely.
Yeah, good option there by Carly Lewis. So
well picked up.
Carly Lewis played for Wales at under 17, under 19 and under 21 level.
Wow. Yeah, massively experienced.
Played for seniors as well and in the Celtic Dragons. She's vice captain in 2018 and she's delighted that she's captain this year.
Oh wow. It's a good career run.
Yeah, definitely someone to have on your court.
Yeah. And
in that position at centre as well, can really take control of the game, can't she?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Sometimes it's important to dictate the play a little bit. And she does that confidently.
And interestingly, we just talked about that, and she held on to that ball, didn't she, for a fraction of a second longer, held her hand up as if to say, okay, let's steady down a bit.
Yeah, yeah. Wing attack's very good at getting off the line very quickly. I think she's gotten every centre pass so far. Good take. This is where they're getting stuck. See, the goal attack ran behind her player rather than coming in front. Oh, unlucky.
And they do this so well, don't they? That transition speed.
It's just, yeah, it's rapid, but then...
How as a team do you stop that?
The speed, it's a tricky one. I mean, you can either decide to go into a zone defence, so as soon as there's the opportunity where, well, you know you're going to be chasing the ball, to drop back as quickly as possible into the centre third and just try and pick it off coming through, or just man mark and stick. That was a really nice pass by the shooter. Man mark as hard as possible and just attempt to take players out of the game instead.
Contact call gives her another opportunity, but she's chosen to pass it to Naomi, or let Naomi take the shot.
I think a couple of the Israel players marking with their arms out to the sides. It's such a small thing, but it's so effective if you just get your arms over your head, both arms right above your head, and even if you don't get a tip or anything, it immediately clouds the attacking players' vision.
So on the 3-foot mark.
Yes, yeah, and then a lot of the time, a defender can come in and get the next pass just because you've caused a bit of disruption putting your arms up.
Oh, good pressure by Israel. 20 goals to 9 at the moment to Emirates, so Israel will be wanting to convert this one, stay within touching distance of the game. A little bit of hustle there between the two centres.
Oh, yeah.
Well held.
Again, just taking their time.
And that was good, wasn't it, of Deanne Williams, sorry, because a lot of the time the Emirates players are running behind and she popped back forward as they all ran backwards. Yeah. Good pressure there by Zoe Stakely, and that must be what you were talking about in terms of the 3-foot mark, having your arms up.
Exactly. I think sometimes people don't realise how effective it is, but it just puts that doubt in, and as soon as that niggle's there, it can really, send the ball a little bit askew. Good pressure by Israel.
Oh,
nice.
Beautiful. Just a bit of communication needed, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Go with 2.
I think it's getting a bit. I think both centres have been hit the deck a little bit recently. Getting a bit scrappy, which always makes for interesting watching.
It's just a few unforced errors. I know the pressure's there, but
those
there
are things
more
that
options.
yeah.
Halfway through this second quarter, and currently it's sat on 21-9. So Emirates have scored 5 so far this quarter, and Israel have only scored 2. It's quite a low scoring quarter at the moment.
Again, another unforced error.
And it's difficult for the coaches, isn't it? Because they can't speak to their players at this point in time. What do you need from your players on the court to just look after the ball?
I think obviously important to look after the ball, but you need to sort of make sure your players can, we've been doing this a lot, handle mistakes on court. So if you do make a wry pass or a mistake, then you just let it go, because as soon as you dwell on it, it's just going to accumulate to more and more and more mistakes. So it's just about having the sort of mental strength to be like, I'm not going to do that again, but I'm not going to dwell on it.
Nice pop forwards there by Naomi Komar. Just unfortunately can't convert that time.
Nice ball across court to just open the game up.
Oh. Good
Donovan,
screen.
yeah, absolutely.
Sarah Donovan holding up the defence, keeping that space for the back for Zoe Stapley.
Oh, nice pressure, good pick up. Now just be careful with it. Good back up. This is better from Israel. Hero pass into the circle, and she finishes it off. That was a lovely passage of play from Israel. Really calm, really patient. They weren't afraid to look back when they needed to reset.
And I know a lot of the time as coaches say, you know, play the short ball, don't give the, you know, aerial long balls, but actually when it's on,
Exactly, right? Yeah. And if you've got the confidence in your teammate to send it, it's great. Shot.
Good job by Karen Gordon there. Some nice quick goals in succession for Israel. They'd like to keep that going, I'm sure. Deanne opting to go back.
Just a bit of miscommunication.
Yeah, I think Carly saw the space for Sarah to move into.
Yeah.
But didn't quite pull off that time.
Yeah, nice.
Good pick up there by Victoria Sol. Sorry about that, took a second. Nice ball. Good clap there.
Yeah.
Sarah Donovan applauding her team for getting that ball through.
Israel have just fallen below half, so I'm sure they want to. I think half points would be a really good thing to sort of stick by in each quarter.
Yeah. Eagle eyes of Rhiannon Edwards there, picking up offside. Team White see everything, don't they?
Yeah, well, anyone with the name Rhiannon just can't go wrong. Yeah, nice patience.
And it's good timing, isn't it, from Emirates?
It is, yeah, they do time their movement really nicely.
Nice quick play. 3 minutes left in this quarter, just over. Emirates leading 24-11. Oh, good pick up.
Nice. They change their play up quite nicely, Israel. So from short passes to long passes, as we saw just before as well.
Oh, beautiful.
Well,
Carly Lewis is so quick, isn't she, on a transition? She's always that centre link.
yeah.
Good pressure there by the Israeli defence. It's a caution there, I think, for persistent obstruction.
Is that for the wing
Israel's
defence?
wing defence? Yeah, for Tikva Clements. I think it's just a case of getting her feet back before her arms go up. Her arms seem to come up a bit quick.
She doesn't look like a rough player, a purposely rough player. I think it's just a little bit unfortunate timing.
A lot of the time in the circle at the moment, Israel's shooters are going behind, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think the view is to pop back forwards, but when they go behind, they get stuck behind the Emirates defence.
Shot.
Good confident shooting from both shooters as well for Israel.
Nice little high fives as well. Wing attack is fast. But good touch. Yeah, Emirates wing attack, constantly moving. Good athleticism.
Rare miss from Zoe Stapley gives Emirates back
Good
possession.
rebound.
Oh, and Sarah Donovan is
No
not
messing
waiting
around.
for anything. Get on the end of that ball, Zoe. It's coming to you. Quite often the second phase is going back, isn't it, for Israel? Something they might want to address going into the third.
Yeah.
Nice rotation.
Unlucky. Well picked up. Oh, good take.
Second shot for Nomi, and it's in. She
Got
claps that
30
feed.
seconds on the board.
Better end to this quarter by Israel, isn't it?
Massively, yeah. Great space. Very lovely.
What's really nice is seeing both shooters actually. They're applauding the feeders and applauding the team for the ball going down.
Goes a long way. Like that sense of teammanship is really important. Oh, worth a shot.
5 seconds.
Get it in.
Long ball in.
Get it in.
Oh, it's an obstruction call, which means she'll have another go at that one. Breathing out. Zoe Stapley, the youngster, nails it.
Good, yeah.
Good job. So half time. Israel are on 13 goals. Emirates are on 28. So 6 goals for Israel in that quarter. And 12 goals for Emirates. So probably a slightly better quarter for Israel.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. You know, half is good because it's not like they're trailing massively behind. And it's an improvement on the first quarter, so if they just keep on digging and making an improvement on each quarter, that's a good thing.
And we were looking back at the results from last year, and it was quite a convincing win by Emirates Netball last year. So they actually scored 82 goals, didn't they, against Israel?
Yeah.
So a 28 score half-time is a massive improvement, right?
Yeah, definitely. And Israel are looking stronger this year, noticeably stronger. So yeah, I think they've got a lot of really good players actually, Israel. It's just their height that lets them down a bit, I think. I say that as that's not meant in a mean way. I'm the smallest person on our squad, so I do feel their pain. But they're adapting their play to it, and which shows that they're thinking players, which is really important. You know, they're not just going on and just winging it off raw talent. They're coming up with strategy and thinking their way around things.
You can see the Isle of Man Netball Association bear. Does he have a name?
Netty.
Netty.
Yeah. How apt, I hear you say.
Who thought that one? That's good. I'll have to get a cuddle from Netty later. Netty's pretty cool. So, back to the netball.
Yes.
Looking at that as it is now, seeing that quarter, if you were coach of the Israel team, what would you be saying going into the next game?
I'd probably keep the same team on because they had some really nice play in that quarter. Keep on as they are. They were getting better the longer they played, so just keep on doing what they're doing, mixing it up with the short passes. If the long pass is on, taking it confidently to make sure it gets to the player. They're so positive as well, so it's really nice to see them applauding one another and doing the high fives. That's really important to keep up the team mentality.
Just some highlights for you to show whilst we carry on talking. And do you think they need to play the front ball a bit more into the circle?
Yes, like you said, they were kind of trying to cut behind and round the defenders, but then they were just getting a bit trapped behind the wall of Emirates, so they need to either fake doing a roll and then stay forward, or just be a bit bolshy and work their way in front.
Yeah, absolutely. And Emirates going into the second half, anything that you would be asking them to do? I mean, this is Emirates' only game today, so they're not playing again until tomorrow. So anything more that you'd be asking of them?
I would say I don't know if they would really want to run their legs out massively in the game. If I was a coach, I would probably be saying to them, okay, let's do an intercept target, see how many intercepts you can get. But not to frantically run your legs down because there's a long way to go from day one. But sometimes it's always fun to just give players a little bit of an individual target, so see if you can get 2 intercepts this quarter.
Absolutely, but we saw as well, didn't we, last year, that goal difference was actually the difference between second and fourth place. So how important is it for them to get those goals on the board?
That's the thing, it's a tricky, you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place because you're like, do you want to run your legs out and risk not getting as many goals in a harder game which could lead to a loss, or do you just hammer the goal difference now and risk the tired legs later on?
Yeah, tricky decisions.
It is a tricky one.
Do you think it's important as well to get all your team out on court in the first game, or do you not think that makes a difference at international level?
I think if it's not one of the harder matches of the tournament, then I think it's important to get all your players on court, get them settled, get them used to the court, and it's good for confidence as well and that sense of teammanship. So I would say in this game that it'd be good to just get every player on.
Absolutely. So if you want to get in touch with us, please do #NEOpen on Twitter. We'll try and read out some of your comments and some of your comments on the Facebook page as well. So Helen Leach is saying go Emirates, and Claire Stafford. Alex Shapiro says come on Israel. Penny Ashcroft says great intercept, Leslie. Well done, Leslie. There was quite a few, so could have been one of the many. And Claire Furby DeVitt is saying playing well Emirates. So support from both teams on social media. Please do get in touch. We'd like to hear from you and your comments.
I think it's just brilliant that so many people are watching the live streamings from all over the world. It's very, very cool and great for netball.
Exactly, and show up, #show up. We want people to come and watch. We want people to watch it online because it's really important, isn't it, to get netball out there. And
yeah, absolutely. I think since the Commonwealth there's been a massive surge in netball popularity and taking up the sport again, and people realising that it's not that game of stop, start, that slow-paced game that people I think associate with primary school doing it in PE class. So it was a bit of an eye-opener, and it's great. You can feel the sense of excitement around the sport now, and it's brilliant for women's sports to get that coverage as well, because then it can snowball into women's football, women's rugby, all areas.
Yeah, and I was talking to Pip from Isle of Man before, Pip Cross, and she was saying about inspiring the youngsters, and how you had a 25% increase in youth netball.
Yeah, it's brilliant, and seeing all the ball girls here today and all the volunteers, it's great to see how keen they are and how much they want to play netball.
Hopefully all nations here today have their youngsters back home watching, and if they aren't watching, don't worry, you can catch up with the games as well on the Netball Europe YouTube channel, as well as all of the interviews with the winning captains after the game, so get in touch as well with us. Michael Johnson has commented, but I don't understand it. Oh no, more evidence, sorry, it was a double one. More evidence of the great friendliness of the Island man, hosting what might be the first ever sporting contest between Israel and the United Arab. Save me. They did play last year. They did play last year, but you are right. It's fantastic that these nations compete against each other, and the time and effort that these girls give up to get to this level is huge, isn't it? I mean, as a player.
Yeah, it's a lot of grafting and a lot of hard work behind the scenes, and then this is like the pinnacle. So it's they would have put in a lot of hours in the gym and nutritionally as well, eating all their veg, cauliflower, protein, it all ties into it, and this is just the final product. And it's brilliant from like an organisational point of view, the amount that's gone into laying the court, doing the programmes, sorting the volunteers. It's a fantastic effort all around, and it's really inspiring.
So we see the teams coming back on court. Just to bring you some early changes, we know for Israel that Tali Kerr comes on at goal attack. Michael Lieberman is back on at wing attack, and Tal Segev is back on at centre. We'll look out for any changes for Emirates and give you an update as soon as we have them. Already we do see a change at wing attack. We'll let you know who that is as soon as we have it.
Was that, I didn't know if that was because the goal attack brought the ball up against the defender. Couldn't quite hear, but she did get given a warning just then by the umpire.
Carly Lewis opting to go back, get it to the top of the D.
Lovely shot, nothing but net.
Sarah Donovan is one of our netball heroes, isn't she? A great, inspiring player.
Yeah, for people of all ages, yeah.
She is currently still going through breast cancer treatment, has another surgery to go after this tournament. Absolute legend of the game, nothing stops her.
Absolutely not, absolutely not. And she's, I think she's doing a running blog about her journey as well, which is brilliant.
There'll definitely be more interviews with her later on, so make sure you stay tuned.
She holds her space really nicely in the circle.
Oh, unlucky. Good strength. A little zone going on, isn't there, by Emirates?
Yeah, that was lucky from the goal defence, because she wasn't coming onto the ball.
Cool.
Must have been a bit of contact off the ball further down the court.
That's nice front play, isn't it?
Mm.
Just a step shot there from Tali. Unfortunate not to go in.
Yeah. That was really good pressure by the wing attack there.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful lovely triangle.
Yes, lovely play.
It's always nice to see really good play rewarded as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Right.
And again, Emirates taking ball side position, forcing that long pass, aren't they?
Yeah. That was a definite pressure pass.
Beautiful drive to the top of the D.
Oh!
Now that is good communication.
That
Sarah
was
Donovan
cool.
almost ducked to allow that
Yeah.
over the top. Beautiful.
Yeah, very nice.
Shooters having faith in their other shooter. Nice step around as well by the wing attack.
Oh.
Little grin between Carly and Zoe there. She knew that one was overcooked slightly.
Great pressure by Israel. Oh no, sorry. Shot.
Breaking call there.
Quite a little whistle at the moment. Which can, great ball. Yeah, good vision because she got that pass and then immediately looked for the shooter and sent it, which is brilliant. And I think against a team like Emirates, you need that confidence. You can't let them get into your heads and falter your play.
Unlucky. It's really hard to defend those circle edge passes, isn't it?
Yeah, really, really tricky actually to position yourself. I think best way to do it, I would always sort of go side on so you can try and bat with your outside arm and then you're less likely to get called against you.
Bounced off the post.
Nice idea. Come forward.
It's that repositioning, isn't it? They've gone for one offer, and it's being an attacker is a 3-second job. You go on the first second, the second second, and the third second, don't you?
Yeah.
And at the moment, everyone's going on the one.
Yeah.
And then just peeling away.
Yeah. Nice little bounce pass. Lovely tip there from the wing defence. That was very clean with her outside arm.
It's Rachel Tucky there. She's obviously listening to what you were saying about going with
Good
your
job,
outside
Rachel.
arm.
Oh, that was really nicely read by the wing attack.
Would have just liked her to catch it.
Yeah.
Michael Lieberman, if you can get a hand to it, you can catch it.
Exactly, yeah. I think nice. Both teams defensively are doing really well. It's an attack where I think they just need to be a little bit more cool-headed.
There's lots of pressure, isn't there? But how much of that as well is down to the fact that we only seem to have one offer?
Yeah, yeah. Which is why people are getting stuck and making unforced errors.
Incorrect throw in. Coach killer.
Oh. I did that once and it haunted me for weeks.
You only did it once, you're all right, I think. And if you do it twice. The coach for Israel, Shan Berman, was telling me before what different things would result in press-ups for her team. So I wonder how many have got press-ups when they get home tonight.
It's a good incentive.
Luckily, it was Emirates that was the incorrect throwing because I think that would have resulted in press-ups.
It's very stop-starty in this quarter. Nice pass.
It's another great baseline drive by Zoe Stapley. It's almost her textbook move, isn't it? That baseline drive. Her timing on it is really nice.
Yeah, she really works the circle very nicely. Her and Donovan are a nice balance with one another because obviously Donovan holds her space more.
It's another caution.
I think they seem to be giving the cautions out quite quickly. I don't know if that's to sort of nip stuff in the bud. Oh, brilliantly timed jump.
Ayala click there. Beautiful elevation. And that's a good draw by Sarah Donovan.
Very good. Good rebound. Third time lucky. Yeah.
Don't want to be giving too many of those rebounds away. You'd want them to box out a bit more. Assistant obstruction.
That's 4 cautions, I think. Maybe 2 on each side.
They're going to have to start tidying up, aren't they? Otherwise it's going to be warnings.
Yeah.
Great arms by Carly Lewis.
Yeah. I mean, you need to adapt your play to the other team, but you also need to adapt your play to the umpires sometimes. And even if, you know, you're 3 feet, if they're not seeing 3 feet, then you have to back it up a little bit more and just play to their whistle. What's quite good is that no one from either team has reacted to the umpire, which I always find incredibly valuable, because there's no point in arguing with the umpire. You just have to sort of shrug it off and crack on. Yep. Good. Good patience by Israel. She'll get a second chance.
Just needed to hold that for a second longer, didn't she?
Mm.
The goal attack, it's very clever though. She's stepping back and that's making the defence step in a little, isn't she?
Yeah.
Caution there for the goal defence. The umpire's really trying to clean this game up a little bit, but it's working. You can see them dropping back into that 3 foot better now as well, can't you?
Yeah, definitely. That was really nice defensive pressure by the Emirates wing attack there. As soon as the whistle went, she came up to, she was all over the shot.
Good arms.
Yeah. Nice space coming down the court. Good drive.
Beautiful.
They just need to be careful. The 2 of them are getting stuck on one and then missing the other shooter coming through. So
a bit more communication between Ayala and
that's
Maya.
what I would bring up at the next quarter time. Nice, lovely.
We'd like to see more of that, them coming out on the fly.
Yeah.
A lot of the time you find that Maya is ball side. She could come out on those slides. It's just getting sucked into Donovan a bit too much.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's just getting a little bit distracted.
Just body angles, isn't it?
Yeah. Nice, good rebound. That's where they need to be careful. They're not getting sucked into the play and all just running back to receive the ball, which is what happened then, which is why it got intercepted. Just needed to stop and drive forward instead.
Or even hold on for 3 seconds, just have a change of angle on your backspace.
Yeah, definitely. You can always look back and reset and then go again. Gives players a bit of a breather.
That was good by Emirates to play on, because it was actually taken. I thought they were going to stop for a minute.
Yeah, no, it's always nice to play advantage. Shot.
Just under 4 minutes to go. Emirates currently leading 37-17. Oh,
another one. Carly Lewis has got about 3 tips at that very same spot at the top of the circle.
Thought you were going to say she had an arm span of 3 meters then.
That,
it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, beautifully. Oh. And what was really nice then as well, Sarah Donovan's holding that goalkeeper out to the edge, because she can see her coming in. Such clever play.
They just seem to know each other really well.
She's a very clever player at the back, isn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, very, very good. And a player that makes other players look good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Oh, it's there. Not really sure what happened there.
I think the goal defence fell over the wing attack or the centre and then got called for contact.
Okay. Yeah, well read.
Good front space by Nomi.
Yeah, well done, well kept in. Very calm, Israel. despite all the pressure. You don't see it in their faces. They don't look frantic or fraught. Just doing their job, going through the motions.
Beautiful triangle.
Textbook netball.
We like that.
Very good. So they're just slipping below half now, 40-18.
Still some work for Israel to do here. Oh, speed. That's nice. Just taking the pace off it going into the end third means that ball doesn't go off the back line.
Yeah, and again.
Beautiful. They've got a lot more rotation with Donovan in there, haven't they? Whereas Leslie Kirkby was more of a holding shooter.
Yeah.
Donovan and Stapley are rotating really nicely with each other.
Yeah. Stapley she's one of those, she seems quite deceiving. So she's running around and you think you know where she is, and then all of a sudden she drives that back line and just pops out when you're not expecting her to and finds that space really nicely. Got just over a minute to go.
Beautiful vision. Lovely weighted and a nice take, because it's not actually as easy as it looks to take those balls running back to the post when they're that high, is it?
And there's a lot of pressure on those balls as well to catch them.
Emirates pushing on strong now.
Yeah. Oh, lovely.
Round of applause by Donovan to her team again.
Oh, hero ball.
Beautiful vision.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Just unfortunately couldn't finish it off then.
Rachel Tucky opting to go back, recycle the ball to take it forward.
It's the theme of the quarter, long balls into the shooting circle. 5 seconds to go, she'll probably hold. Oh, no, going for it.
A smile there. Donovan was hoping she was going to get a contact call, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And that ends 18-43 that quarter. So Israel are on 18 and Emirates on 43. So quite a commanding quarter there by Emirates.
Absolutely, yeah. That was a really good quarter to watch, actually. You could see really nice passages of play from both teams, especially in the circle.
So going into this last quarter, probably not going to be able to turn the game around at the moment, Israel. It's quite a commanding lead from Emirates. But what would you want from Israel now as a coach? What would you be looking for them to do?
If I had a statistician on the bench, I would sort of look at how many goals we'd got against Emirates each quarter, and then I would give them a target for this one, higher than the others. And
so at the moment they've had 7, 6 and 5. So you want them to get 8?
Yes, go for 8 in this quarter. That would be my aim for them.
And how can they do that? What is it that they need to do differently?
Well, like you said, sometimes they were getting caught with just one option, and that was a problem. That was putting a lot of pressure on the pass, which was leading to unforced errors. So really making sure that you've got at least 2 options there. Also making sure that you've got an option behind you, and just reminding your players. Sometimes your players forget that they can look back, and that gives everyone an opportunity to reset and drive again.
So just some replays for you now for that quarter. And Emirates have scored 16 and then 12 and then 15. Would you be looking at score for them? Would you be looking at mixing it up a bit? What do you think?
Again, it goes back to that sort of rock and hard place. Do you want to go for score and push on and try and, well, they're on 43 at the moment, and they beat them by quite a lot more last year. So I'm assuming they're not going for goal difference now. So I would run the bench, get everyone on court, and just give them a chance to warm up their legs.
Emirates don't have another game today, we said.
No,
so
they don't today.
They're not playing until 11 o'clock tomorrow. So given the Mauler run out, we'll get those first day nerves over and done with, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the main thing. You know, they're all athletes, and competing on an international level. So physically, I think they're all fine. It's more about the nerves and managing the new environment and the crowd and stuff. So that's why I think it's important in a game like this to give everyone a chance and a runabout just to settle.
And we said before, I mean, but it's worth saying again that last year it came down to goal difference for 2nd to 4th place. So it's, every single game in this competition matters. Everyone is really important, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, so I don't think Emirates are holding. I don't think they're holding back. I just don't think that the coach has said to them the aim for this game is to get as many as possible. But yeah, like you say, going off last year where there was like barely anything in it in between 4 teams, it is vital.
So some early changes that we know they're going to make for Emirates. Amy Marshall is going to come on at goal shooter, and Gillian Porter is going on at goalkeeper. So she started at goal defence, Gillian Porter going back on at goalkeeper. So not too many changes for Emirates.
There doesn't seem to have been a dramatic amount of changes throughout the game. I guess with Israel, were we talking about Israel then? Or were we talking
Emirates.
Emirates, sorry. So maybe because I haven't seen everyone go on from their bench, so maybe they obviously don't agree with my tactics.
I guess it's also the point of if there's everybody wants to be on court, don't they? I mean, you must know as a player, you really want to be on that court. So maybe it's also a case of if you've earned your right to stay on that court, is it a reward to stay on? You've done a good job, well done you.
Absolutely, yeah. You've got to reward your players, and I think especially in tighter games, if it's working, you've got to keep it that way.
And we talk about fitness, and there is quite a few games, but also if this is the competition that you get for the year, which is the case for a lot of these squads, you also want your players to be able to run out 60 minutes, right?
Yeah, run out 60 minutes, and it's going to be killer on the legs in those two game days. So sometimes I think, going back to being a bit of a thinking player, you want to play hard, but sometimes just adapt it so you're not sprinting constantly. Just sort of reserve your energy where you can on court and think things through a bit more tactically. Emirates starting really strong. That's 2 turnovers within the first minute.
So a couple of changes to bring you for Israel. We have Batya Chillet on at wing attack. We have Sitzel Kupchik on at wing defence, and Tracy Powen has come on at goal defence.
Israel are just struggling a little bit when Emirates do get a turnover. They do bring it down the centre court very quickly, and that's where you see them chasing the game. So I think that's one for the coach to think about, the tactic around that.
What's interesting as well, seeing Tracy Powen go on at goal defence. She was playing centre before. You don't often see too many centre players that also play circle defence.
I know, that's quite nice. That I always enjoy it when a player can play multiple but unconventional combinations. Yeah, and very important as well, especially at this level, for players to offer more than one position, at least 2 positions, I would say. Good, clean inset, well read there.
Yeah, and still got to move on to the ball, haven't they, even at this stage of the game. Nice shot by Amy Marshall.
So Amy Marshall has come on for Donovan.
She has. Coaches grassroots netball at Desert Girls Netball Club, as well as being a year two classroom teacher.
Oh really? Oh, that's lovely. I hope all the class are watching back home.
Hopefully they've got it on a big screen in school.
That'd be very cool.
going out really quickly, isn't it, for the wing attack?
Yeah, Emirates are coming out really hard in this final quarter. Amy Marshall's been, I mean, I know we're only at the start of the final quarter, but Amy Marshall's shot quite comfortably considering she's only just come into the game, because sometimes that can be a bit, can take a little while to just sort of get into it, especially if you've been watching your teammates and they're playing really well and you want to do your bit and do good by them. So she's come on and shot nicely and comfortably straight away, which is good, and she's holding the space nicely there.
So you didn't have the commentator's curse then. She's still shooting nicely.
Oh God, could you imagine? Sorry. Good patience.
She's just got to run it a little bit wider, hasn't she, to keep the defender off her back.
Just a little bit.
Or step across a bit more.
Gillian Porter, I remember playing against her last year. She was very good. A grafter. I think she was playing goal defence when we played her. The energy levels of both teams are still looking good, and especially actually thinking back, that third quarter is the curse of the third quarter, talking about curses, you know, that's usually when you tired legs start coming in. So I don't know if it's good changes by the coaches or just the teams are both looking really fresh and have done all the way through. That was a really nice intercept by wing defence.
We have a question on Twitter from Michael Josem. He says, the Israeli girls are playing more flat, whereas Emirates are playing much more three-dimensional with the long lobs, bounce passes, etc. Is this tiredness or experience?
I would say experience. Yeah, in this case, I would say experience.
I think it also links to what you were saying before as well about that 3 foot mark. There's generally strong arms, isn't there?
Yeah, very strong.
Over from Emirates, and Emirates are also managing to transition really quickly, which means that they can send those quick balls.
Yeah.
And they don't have to worry about the 3 foot mark if they've left it behind, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's certainly a great start for both teams when you compare this to
last year. Yeah, definitely. Lovely ball.
Much improved performance by Israel in this game.
I think with the flat passes with Israel, sorry, tripping over my tongue. Going back to them, they are quite a smaller team than Emirates, a lot of them. So, and with the way Emirates have been playing, they're just going to pick those longer loopy passes out of the air, unless they're sent with proper force, just like that. It's probably safer to do the shorter, flatter passes. But they've had a couple of really nice long ones into the circle to their shooter, which have been very good to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, nice little backwards pass there. The crowd has been quite quiet today. Everyone looks quite just very absorbed in the game, which is nice.
Oh, she's back up.
Nice, good recovery.
I feel like everyone takes a breath when someone goes down.
I know.
Nice confident shooting still from Amy Marshall. Emirates putting their foot down now.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. Yeah, very quick play.
And Israel still have to play again today at 7 o'clock against the Isle of Man.
Yeah. I would say we've got 7 minutes to go in this last quarter. Israel got 22 against Emirates last year. I would be saying go for more than 22. That's your aim. Just even if it's only by one, then you're improving on last year, and that's a good thing. And they should be able to do it. Like, they've got more than enough time to do it.
And we were talking in the last game as well, you want to finish strong if you've got another game to go into, because it's almost however you finish is sort of a prelim into how you're going to start the next one.
Yeah, definitely. I think, yeah, any mistakes or something in the dying minutes of the last game you played can linger with you going into the next one, as you say. So, yeah, do you just want to finish strong and finish well and take that positivity into the next one?
Nice.
But Israel is so positive, like, all the time.
Oh, rolls in. Clever of Zoe to pull back and play back to the front. Persistent obstruction call is a caution for Sitzel Chupik. Oh,
well read.
Oh, unlucky.
Contact. Oh, yeah, that is unlucky.
Was it contact or was it footwork?
Oh, it could have been footwork, actually.
Beautiful shot.
Which takes them to 22.
So one more and they've nailed it, right?
Yes.
Nice front cut by Carly Lewis.
Mm-hmm. You see the goal just then, she didn't send it into the goal shooter, but the Israel goalkeeper was coming round, tracking the goal shooter really nicely, and then kind of stopped, where if she had sent that pass in, if she just kept driving through, she would have got that intercept. And it's kind of like, it might be down to a confidence thing, but just keep committing all the way, like, because the way she was running was exactly the right direction. She just needed to commit all the way through.
And if you take that front space and they lift it, then your back defender can go in it, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
You want to just keep going around?
Yeah, just keep working. Obviously listening to the game whilst playing. Nice, very nice.
Takes us to 57 for Emirates and 22 for Israel with 4 minutes left on the clock. Oh, nice long ball.
Yeah. And another one.
That was well seen to open up that space for for Naomi to come through. She just maybe need to hold back on her run a little tiny bit.
Yeah.
And then she won't get clattered on the way through.
Unfortunate that she didn't get that one in. That was some really, really nice passes. Good. Nice.
Still pleasing for the coach when you can see really nice passages of play. Disappointing that it's not finished off, but at least you can see it's coming.
Yeah, it shows promise and you can see that it's there. Oh, that was going to be replay.
Good split there by the shooters.
Nice, good tip.
I think that's a real difference as well between Israel and Emirates. Is there, you had 4 or 5 passes in the defensive third because they're all looking sideways. They get the ball and their body angle is facing towards the side of the court.
Yeah.
Whereas when Emirates get it, they take turn, so they're looking down.
Carly Lewis is looking down. Ahead. Yeah.
So if you want to transition quickly, you've got to get your body round and catch something to see down the court, see those options to be able to send that forward ball quick.
Absolutely, yeah. And it does make a huge difference to the speed of play, but also even if you don't decide to take that front pass, your body position is it's in a good ready position.
Absolutely.
To go in whatever direction. They're just not going in at the moment.
I'm not saying it's your fault or anything, but you did mention 22.
Everyone just forget I ever said that.
Emirates tick the 60 goals on the scoreboard. Still pushing on. They are not stopping at all, are they?
No, I think Emirates are finishing strong. Israel are starting to maybe look a little bit more tired now. Maybe that's why the goals have kind of faltered at the moment.
Good pressure still from the back by Mayan Lang.
Yep, nice. Held the space well then.
That's it,
Good.
turn. Beautiful. See how
yeah,
much quicker it is. Oh.
That was great. That was the fastest I've seen them play in this game, and it worked really nicely.
Come on. This is 23. Let's go, Nomi.
23. No pressure.
Yes.
Woo!
Good job. 1 minute left on the
that was
clock.
with 1 minute to go. Come on, get another one.
Time is held.
I think the question would be, who hasn't gotten a caution this game?
It's a warning this time, so with 1 minute left, it's not too much of a worry, is it, for the coaches? But if it was any longer, you might consider taking her off, because if she gets pinged again, it's off court. Is that right?
Yes, it would be off court, or I don't know if they do a 2 minute penalty, but it's something that the player and the coach would need to discuss to figure out where they were going wrong to call that many cautions.
Absolutely. The noise level has risen.
Come on. Just need to concentrate for this 20 seconds.
It's a breaking call. And Edwards quite rightly making sure it's set in the right place.
Come on to the ball. Get it in.
Oh, too rushed on the shot. 9 seconds is such a long time.
It is.
Fantastic. So that leaves the game with 23 goals to Israel and 62 to Emirates. So a much improved performance on last year for Israel.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, not only physically with the score, but their passage of play was really nice and really patient, and they showed some real moments of, fluid, fast movement. So they've got it in them. It's just about maybe experience or confidence, just working that through, because it's there and it will come.
And they've got another game today at 7 o'clock versus the Isle of Man.
Yes.
To show those improvements.
Yes, massively. Yeah. So hopefully they'll have some nice downtime now and rest their legs, and then come back fired up again this evening against us.
And Emirates have a rest now until tomorrow. They're back on tomorrow morning against Cayman Islands at 11 o'clock. So do you think we'll see a good matchup there between those two?
I think that'll be a really interesting game. I think Emirates versus the Cayman Islands and Emirates versus the Army will be very interesting games to watch, because I think there's going to be a lot of physicality and a lot of speed. So
fabulous. Well, thank you so much for being in commentary today, Rhiannon Evans. Fabulous talking to you. We will be back. Do not go anywhere. We have plenty more action for you today. We have coming up at 3 o'clock Gibraltar versus the Cayman Islands, at 5 o'clock Republic of Ireland versus the UK Armed Forces, and then Rhiann's team, the Isle of Man, the hosts, playing Israel at 7 o'clock tonight. So loads more for you. My thanks go to Rhiannon Evans for co-commentating today, and then Netball Europe, QTV, Isle of Man Netball Association, Manx Netball Association, and all the volunteers here making things happen today. Make sure you stay tuned, come back and get in touch with us. #NEOpen on Twitter or Facebook, and we will read out